Who are the handlers of the Legon Sports Stadium?
The handlers?
Yes, the managers of that facility.
Hey, to the best of my knowledge,
is it the NSA?
I don't think so. I think it's the university.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, the University of Ghana.
It's the University of Ghana?
Yes.
So when House of Folk Kotoko, they want to play matches, they go to University of Ghana. Correct?
Yeah, I think
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, you were at the stadium over the weekend.
Yes.
What was missing? What didn't you find in the facility? Or what disappeared from the stadium when you were looking around? What was in there? What should have been? What was supposed to be there that was in there?
It was the scoreboard. But before we continue, oh,
that's why you've answered the question.
I'm coming. I'm just double checking something. Okay. Now I'll give you a story.
Okay.
This is 3news.com. Okay. /sports. It says the director of sports and wellness at the University of Ghana, Dr. Austin Lugutera.
Thank you.
Has debunked assertions that the University of Ghana Sports Stadium falls under the purview of the institution's sports directorate.
Okay.
It says, in an interview with Universe Sports, Dr. Lugutera disclosed that a provisional setup had been established with former director of sports, Dr. Bello, assuming the role of acting facility manager to ensure a seamless handover between the Ministry of Youth and Sports. This was in 2024.
Yeah.
And the institution.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It says, quote, there's somebody appointed as acting facility manager in transition. So since the ministry hasn't handed over, the university decided to get someone who serves as a liaison between the ministry and the uni. So the former director, who was seen as someone who was playing as the technical advisor to the minister, should act to see this. Yes. So with the rentals and the management of the place, I do not know anything about that. We have our own reservations and challenges, but that becomes our own. I don't know if really this gives clarity.
But Nathan, I can state on authority that the NSA is not responsible for the Legon Sports Stadium.
Okay.
As to whether in the coming days things will change.
Okay.
The facility is managed by the sports directorate of the University of Ghana.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Nathan, over the weekend, some of us were at the Legon facility.
Yeah.
To see how preparations were going for the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Now, conspicuously missing at that match venue is the scoreboard.
That is true.
So this weekend, when Kotoko played
Golden Kick.
You see, I had to be. We didn't see the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's true.
There was no scoreboard.
It was missing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
missing.
Where is the scoreboard? I am asking the University of Ghana Sports Directorate, where is the scoreboard? Why didn't we see the scoreboard at the match venue over the weekend? Now, Nathan, let me tell you what to shock you. Do you know that 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Yes, 2.5, 3 months ago, there was a heavy rain in Accra. Heavy rain, preceded by heavy winds. Can you believe that the $700,000 electronic scoreboard flew away like a aviator? Nathan,
what is
the $700,000 electronic scoreboard?
It flew away like
was blown away by the winds, like umbrellas at the Agbogbloshie market.
Hey, Nathan, are you sure?
Oh, Nathan. The scoreboard was not stolen. The scoreboard was not removed from maintenance. The scoreboard was blown away by wind. So, aviator, when you take off, it say flew away. That's how the scoreboard flew away.
Sorry, that aviator.
Now, you see, Nathan, what shocks me is that for a facility that was constructed and finished with a whopping $34 million, a scoreboard that was built or set up or assembled with a whopping 700,000 United States dollars could just disappear thanks to a typhoon. SportyFM. Nathan.
There are no typhoons.
So now there are typhoons in Ghana that can force a scoreboard to disappear. Nathan, the picture. Let's go to Facebook. Let's go to Facebook and see the pictures. You see how, you see, it didn't leave any piece there. The scoreboard was completely torn away, blown away by wind. And I am asking, what kind of construction was done at the Legon facility?
What if it's been taken away for maintenance?
Oh, Nathan, stop. This scoreboard that we paid huge amounts of money to fix. So we all know that project cost the state $34 million. Mm-hmm. Out of that $34 million, $10.2 million was spent on finishing various stands, $4 million spent on special installations, including $1.4 million on floodlights, 700,000 United States dollars on electrical scoreboard, and $639,000 on standby generators. Ladies and gentlemen, $700,000 could not install a scoreboard that is unmovable, that is unshakable, that is unbreakable. But $700,000 installed the scoreboard. One wind, the scoreboard was in the bush. And that is why this weekend we did not see the scoreboard at the Accra Sport, at the Legon Stadium. And I'm asking, why has it taken so long for the much awaited probe into the African Games spending? Why is it taking so long? Ora, Attorney General, why is it taking so long? We want to know if indeed there was value for money with regard to this particular edifice, the construction of this edifice, and that $195 million that was spent on the whole African Games project. We want to know if indeed there was value for money. Do you know what will shock you again? Mm-hmm. Nathan, today, you give me problem. Nathan, do you know that prior to the games, we had spent $16.066 million on renovating hostel facilities, 4 of them.
Yeah.
At the University of Ghana, the diaspora.
Yeah.
So, Hilal Liman, Alexander Kwapon, Elizabeth Say, Jane Nelson Aka, all those halls, we turned them into a games village.
Yes.
And spent $16 million to renovate those facilities. Do you know that 1,600 air conditioners were installed?
1,600 air conditioners?
Yes, were installed across the 4 facilities.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we speak today, if all those air conditioners come on at the University of Ghana, they'll have low voltage.
SportyFM.
So if the students are on campus and those occupying those facilities decide to put them on, automatically faces will go off. Automatically, the halls now have low voltage and they have power issues.
Okay.
So the facility can, so those air conditioners have now become white elephants. The students can't use them.
I remember when we went to Kwapong for Nations League. I said, hey, students are chilling, literally.
No,
AC Mamoje.
They are white elephants. They can't work. Because at the time of construction, they do not factor in the load, on peak, off peak, all of those things. To know that indeed, when the students come back on campus and the place is filled to capacity, they'll have challenges. So as we speak, those air conditioners and heaters that were installed with taxpayers' money, those facilities cannot be used. Oh, somebody must be explaining why we spend so much to get very little. We spend so much to get nothing. Somebody must be explaining to us. And I'm surprised, weeks, months, days into the tenure of Honorable Kofi Adams, we have still not opened the Pandora box on the spendings around the African Games. Their conditions are not working. But if we store them, 1,600 of them, they are not working. They are there, University of Ghana. Anybody, you see, these are verifiable matters. Go to University of Ghana and see. Hey, and ask the students if they use the ACs there. But we spent money. Scoreboard, $700,000. Nathan, the scoreboard could not even withstand wind. KF can be bad. Stadium FM. No, Nathan is serious. And even that facility. The last time we went to watch the police ladies game, everybody was soaked in rain.
Oh yeah, we also experienced
from the president to everybody.
We also experienced the same thing.
Water.
Same thing during the U15, the CAF Schools Championship. Nathan, I remember.
Yes, the president was there. Remember? The U15.
Yes.
Yes, he was soaked in water. Rain soaked. They had to give him umbrella, not the green and red and this.
Obviously, that's what the president will use.
No, they didn't give him that one. Because nobody expected the rain to beat president. Nathan, everybody was soaked at the facility. Nathan, value for money audit. That is what we're asking for. So we want to know why $700,000 could not install a fit for purpose scoreboard for us. All of this is we want to know. Nathan, this is the state of the University of Ghana facility. But as for the handlers, they must sit up. If the thing has been blown into the bush and you have recovered the pieces, what are you waiting for? You have been taking money from people to play football and all. Fix the machine. Fix the scoreboard. What are they waiting for? University of Ghana, there's an engineering side. Take that scoreboard there. If you have to patch it, you patch it. If you have to replace the glass, you replace it. If components are broken, Nathan, they should be up and doing. You see, I don't want to blame them for what happened. They will tell me it's force majeure. But this force majeure could have been prevented. Could have been avoided looking at the sums of money we invested in the scoreboard. You know, today, when we are going to play football at the Accra Sports Stadium,
yes,
they have to go and take components from Bawayara and come and put in the Accra Sports Stadium scoreboard for it to work. Do you know?
Yeah.
Yes. But that Bawayara Sports Stadium scoreboard, the same day it rained, the same day we saw the winds, it was still standing. So what work did they do at Legon? Nathan, the scoreboard flew away. Was blown away like umbrellas at Tiptoe. The one the mobile phone people, it's when the wind comes, it carries all of them away. That's how it carried the scoreboard away. I don't know if it was a paper that was installed as scoreboard. I don't know if it was a plastic scoreboard. I don't know. In fact, Nathan, ladies and gentlemen, this is my problem of the day. Sports Minister Honorable Kofi Adams, please, with some of the things we are seeing, the state of Legon, we are beginning to question if indeed we got value for the $34 million we spent on those facilities. And in total, we are beginning to question if indeed the $195 million we spent on the African Games is indeed worth it. Honorable Sports Minister, don't disappoint us. Do not disappoint us. We want you to hit the ground running and get to the bottom of some of these matters. If you don't know, I'm telling you, the $700,000 scoreboard was blown into the bush by wind. When trees were falling, scoreboards that were installed were also falling. Nathan, I rest my case.
This is SportyFM, the voice of sport.